Growing up, I loved three things: music, video games, and baseball. Baseball in particular excited me the most. I fell in love with some of the greats, especially Roberto Alomar, John Olerud, and Joe Carter. I was fascinated by how effortlessly they made hitting a home run look. I started playing baseball during school recess and recreationally at the park. Sprinting to each base came easily to me, and I had a good eye for knowing when to hit the ball. However, I had to work on my pitching skills. If there had been more opportunities for women to play baseball back then, I probably would have pursued it professionally. I gave up that dream partly because I didn't know of any professional baseball teams for girls at the time. Times have changed, and now women's baseball is played in several countries around the world, with even some professional leagues established. This progress is incredibly exciting, much like the emergence of professional teams in other sports, such as the WNBA in women's basketball. I haven't played baseball since my childhood, and now I'm just a spectator whenever I feel like watching a game. I am grateful for the opportunity to have attended my very first baseball game the year Joe Carter hit the home run to win the championship for the Toronto team. Reflecting on these experiences, I realize how much my love for baseball has shaped who I am today. The excitement and passion I felt on the field have carried over into other areas of my life, driving me to pursue my goals with the same fervor. Vocabulary. Growing up. The period during childhood and adolescence when a person matures and develops physically, mentally, and emotionally. I fell in love. I developed a deep affection and passion for something, in this context, for baseball and its players, effortlessly, in a manner that appears easy and requires little or no exertion. Hitting a home run. In baseball, this means striking the ball so well that it is hit out of the playing field, allowing the batter to round all the bases and score a run. Metaphorically, it implies achieving something perfectly or exceptionally well. School recess. A break period during school hours when students can engage in leisure activities and play. Recreationally. For enjoyment, leisure, and relaxation rather than for serious or competitive purposes. Sprinting to each base. Running quickly from one base to another in the game of baseball, emphasizing speed and agility. I had a good eye for knowing when to hit the ball. I had the ability to judge and time the pitches accurately, allowing me to make effective contact with the ball. My pitching skills. The ability and technique involved in throwing the baseball effectively towards the batter. Back then refers to a time in the past, particularly during the speaker's childhood. Pursued. Actively sought to achieve or engage in a particular activity or goal. Times have changed. Indicates that circumstances and societal conditions have evolved from what they were in the past. Some professional leagues organized sports associations that operate at a professional level, providing structured competition for athletes. Emergence of professional teams. The development and the establishment of organized sports teams that compete at a professional level. WNBA, the Women's National Basketball Association, a professional basketball league in the United States specifically for women. A spectator, someone who watches and observes an event, such as a sports game, rather than participating in it. Championship, a competition or tournament that determines the best team or individual in a particular sport or activity. Reflecting on these experiences, thinking back and considering past events and how they have influenced one's life. My love for baseball has shaped who I am today. The passion and involvement in baseball have significantly influenced and contributed to my personal development and identity. Carried over, transferred, or continued from one context or time period to another, driving me to pursue my goals, motivating and pushing me to actively work towards achieving my ambitions. Fervor, intense and passionate enthusiasm for something. Analyze. Growing up, I loved three things: music, video games, and baseball. Meaning, during my childhood, I had a strong affection for three activities: listening to music, playing video games, and participating in baseball. Baseball, in particular, excited me the most, meaning, out of these three, baseball was the activity that thrilled and energized me the most. I fell in love with some of the greats, especially Roberto Alomar, John Olerud, and Joe Carter, meaning I became deeply passionate about some of the legendary baseball players, with Roberto Alomar, John Olerud, and Joe Carter being my particular favorites. I was fascinated by how effortlessly they made hitting a home run look, meaning I was captivated by how easily these players seemed to hit home runs, making it look simple and effortless. I started playing baseball during school recess and recreationally at the park, meaning I began playing baseball during breaks at school and also for fun at the local park. Sprinting to each base came easily to me, and I had a good eye for knowing when to hit the ball, meaning running quickly from one base to another was natural for me, and I had the ability to judge the right moment to hit the ball effectively. However, I had to work hard on my pitching skills, meaning despite my strengths in other areas, I needed to put in a lot of effort to improve my ability to throw the baseball effectively. If there had been more opportunities for women to play baseball back then, I probably would have pursued it professionally, meaning If there had been more chances for women to participate in baseball during my youth, I likely would have tried to make a career out of it. I gave up that dream partly because I didn't know of any professional baseball teams for girls at the time, meaning I abandoned my aspiration to become a professional baseball player partly because I was unaware of any professional teams for women. Times have changed, and now women's baseball is played in several countries around the world, with even some professional leagues established, meaning the situation has improved over the years. And now women's baseball is played internationally with the establishment of professional leagues in various countries. This progress is incredibly exciting, much like the emergence of professional teams in other sports, such as the WNBA in women's basketball, meaning this development is very thrilling, similar to the creation of professional teams in other sports, like the Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA, in basketball. I haven't played baseball since my childhood, and now I'm just a spectator whenever I feel like watching a game, meaning I stopped playing baseball after my childhood and now only watch games as a fan whenever I feel inclined to do so. I am grateful for the opportunity to have attended my very first baseball game the year Joe Carter hit the home run to win the championship for the Toronto team, meaning I feel thankful that I was able to attend my first live baseball game during the year when Joe Carter hit the home run that won the championship for Toronto. Reflecting on these experiences, I realize how much my love for baseball has shaped who I am today. Meaning, looking back on these memories, I understand how significantly my passion for baseball has influenced and molded my identity. The excitement and passion I felt on the field have carried over into other areas of my life, driving me to pursue my goals with the same fervor. Meaning, the enthusiasm and dedication I experienced while playing baseball have transferred to other aspects of my life, motivating me to chase my objectives with similar intensity and test. What are the three things the narrator loved growing up? Which baseball players did the narrator fall in love with? What did the narrator find fascinating about the great baseball players? Where did the narrator start playing baseball? What came easily to the narrator in baseball? Why did the narrator give up the dream of pursuing baseball professionally? What is exciting about the progress in women's baseball today? What other sports professional league is compared to the progress of women's baseball? What special baseball event did the narrator attend? How has the narrator's love for baseball influenced their life? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. For more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.